Hello there. What? Sunday the 2nd of February 2020, 02/02/2020. We got the premiere later with myself, Claudio and Santos over on Sun and Moon from 6 p.m. tonight. Myself and Kevin Kevin and I will be live on Tube doing well unfair reforms and collecting the data and going through that with yourselves. And for now, we have a Royal Courts of Justice. This is like a special for you, for the .com only. It's not going public onto YouTube. I don't give consent for it to be shared outside of this educational, foundational trust and fam. So it's just for you to get the information and hear what we encounter when we're doing this research and trying to discover, obtain direction, formulate a pathway out of the bond. So it is what it is. All right. Here we go.
Welcome to the Royal Courts of Justice. If you would like...
Sorry, I've got to get it set up properly. Bear with. Let me just, so it doesn't turn off.
Justice.
Right. Here we go.
The Royal Courts of Justice. If you would like to know more about how HMCTS handles your personal data, visit www.gov.uk.
Sorry. This is a little bit temperamental.
Welcome to the Royal Courts of Justice. If you would like to know more about how HMCTS handles your personal data, visit www.gov.uk/HMCTS in the first instance. If your call is for the Central Family Court at First Avenue House, formerly known as the Principal Registry of the Family Division, please dial 020-7421-8594. If your call is for the County Court at Central London, please dial 0300-123-5577. If your call is for the Court of Protection, please dial 020-7421-8700. If your call is for probate, please dial 0207-421-8500. You will now hear a number of options. For opening times, website and directions, press 0. For Chancery Division, Technology and Construction Court, High Court Bankruptcy and Companies Court, and Admiralty and Commercial Court based in the Rolls Building, press 1. For the Administrative Court and Planning Court, dealing primarily with judicial reviews and statutory applications, including planning, press 2. For Queen's Bench Division, dealing with personal injury, negligence, defamation and other claims, orders for enforcement and various judgments and the processing of foreign documents, press 3. For Court of Appeal Civil Division, for appeals from County Court, High Court and Upper Tribunal, press 4. For Criminal Appeal Office, dealing primarily with appeals from Crown Courts against conviction and or sentence, press 5. For cases currently in the Family Division of the High Court, press 6. For Senior Court Costs and County Court Bankruptcy, press 7. For urgent court business after 4:30 p.m, press 8. For any other calls, press 9. Thank you for calling the Queen's Bench Division. Please be aware that calls may be monitored for security and training purposes. Please note you can access information about the procedures of the court on the gov.uk website. Details of cases listed for hearing can also be found on the website www.justice.gov.uk/courts. If you have a court reference number, please have this ready before speaking to a member of staff. Press 1 for court information such as postal and email addresses and the court's personal information charter. Press 2 for information about paying a court fee. Press 3 for Queen's Bench issue and inquiries. Press 4 for the High Court Judge's Listing Office. Press 5 for enforcement and deeds poll queries. Press 6 for farm process. Please have your case number ready before speaking to a member of staff in the issue and inquiries team. Please note you will be held in a queue and the phone will continue to ring. Please press 1 to speak to the first available member of staff, or press hash to return to the...
Okay, so that's your couple of minutes of pathway to the Queen's Bench division and the option that I selected there to get through to ask the further questions that I'm going to ask the attendant on the telephone. So I'm now going to forward on. I just thought I'd share that with you so you don't have to ring up yourself, and you can utilize this private video and reference the options there a lot easier than maybe on the telephone. Save yourselves a bit of credit, time, etc. Prepare. It's all about preparation beforehand. So I'm going to skip to where I get the agent on the telephone, the attendant, and then I'm discussing what I'm requiring from the courts. Okay, so just bear with. Let me cue it up for you. Here we go.
Speak with the judge, is it? Indeed.
After this hearing, require to come to the Queen's Bench High Court Division and see a judge or an apprentice judge, if I may make a... it was an application without notice at the Chancery, and I've got the details from the hearing with the Master, and the direction is to the Royal Courts, Queen's Bench, and I require an appointment for direction, maybe 30 minutes. So rather than coming down anonymously and expressing my requirement 3 times and etc., which I'm prepared to do, I'm aware the judges are going to want some more than once, I don't know, asking. So is it initially, can I make a reservation or require to come down and have a claim initially started, upheld in direction for that? Can we look at that over the telephone?
So is it you're looking to speak with the judge, is it?
Indeed, yes.
Judge or a master?
The Queen's Bench High Court, the Masters have said, it would be the Royal Courts. Indeed,
So,
yes, sir.
are you going to be, are you wishing to talk to a master or a judge?
A master would be preferable, yes. I've just seen
A master
at the High Courts, yes, the roles building and direction this application for is what's required, yes.
So your application at the roles building, you were asked to come to the High Court instead, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Thank you. Much obliged.
Hiya.
Hello.
Hiya. Just to confirm, so have you got a claim reference number? And is it that your case is being transferred here, or?
Yes, sir. I didn't. Sorry, I forgot to mention that there is no claim upon I. No legal controversy at present. It is an application I was making at the Chancery, and the Master, after having the hearing appointment, has given me direction that the application, and without notice it was, I went for, and they said he would be required at the other court, the Royal Courts, and a Master Judge there. So I have an application to make, a claim if you like. I have the evidences of the proofs of claim as per the law, and it's now coming to the Royal Courts to say I would like a 30-minute directive hearing with the Master. If that's something you can facilitate, that's what I require. The same, similar what I had at the Chancery just gone in November. I'd like to make an appointment to come down and have a 30-minute direct meeting hearing.
You had a hearing with a master in the Chancery.
Yes, I have an email from the Chancery in my email box. Yes, I have proof of this claim and evidences. I've been to the Chancery 1st of November, and I had an application without notice hearing. Master Arkush is the one that's responded, and I've had the hearing with. And when that response, there's direction there to come to the Royal Courts.
So a judge over there
indeed
has given you directions to come to make an application, was it? In the High Court?
Well, I'm not sure. That's why I'm ringing you up. Let's start again. I'm David, called David, and I'd like to know if I can make a 30-minute or thereabouts appointment for a master at the High Court Queen's Bench Division, and I'd like a 30-minute appointment as directed by the previous appointment on the 1st of November at the Rolls Chancery. And it's just, I want some direction. So I was going to come down in personam and just come in and introduce myself on the day, but I thought I'll be courteous, I'd like to see if there's an appointment system for the High Court Master at the Queen's Bench, and I'd like to make an appointment, and in that appointment it would be initially a 30-minute direction for my claim or application without notice to that court, and I have a master assigned to for me to correspond and start the claim or the application with.
Right, okay, give me 1 second.
Thank you very much.
Doesn't have a same number or reference or anything like that. Like he made an application to a master in the Rolls something, and then he was given orders from that master's company.
Let's seek the king's conscience. It's not easy to find, let me tell you, scribes, farm initiates. Bear with, some interesting info coming up for you. It's worth it. What?
He doesn't want to just drop in and say, I don't know. Hiya. Can you... Hiya.
Hello there, sorry.
Hi. Can you tell me what the application is about, what your case is about?
Equity. The claim would be in trust and equity. So it would be a claim for, with regards to the equitable relief within a trust. So trusts and equity is where it is, which is why I've asked for the Queen's Bench Master to give me an appointment for the claim or application.
A trust and equity, did you say?
Yes, indeed.
A trust and equity, okay.
So it's the equity within a trust, and there's argumentation there that needs to be looked at, corrected, administered, and say maintenance, remedy and cure. If my claim is upheld and if what I've got is correct, then I need to get some lawful redress remedy and start the ball rolling. So I have a claim or an application to make, and before I do so, I'd like to come down and see the Master of the Queen's Bench to get direction of which one to make. That's where we're at. Yes, thank you.
1 second. Give me 1 second, sorry.
All right, thank you.
Here we go again. Rewind selector. It's good that they're specific and they get the detail, so when the information they give back is as concise and as accurate as possible, because we don't want to be in the place that sends you mad, going to the wrong room. Search asterisks and obelix, the place that sends you mad. Look for the 12-minute video of the rooms and the numbers. Welcome to our world. We do the fishing so you don't have to. I give this to you out of love and respect for your support to us. I'll support you in every way, shape and form that we can. Give you that boost and head start that you need. Cut out the time wasting. Put this down for others to see and follow. Anybody tries to non-disclose I shall let them know. I've said too much. It's all out there. You can't silence man. You can maybe silence the person. What? So enjoy and thank you. Here we go.
Hello there.
Hi. So you can either come to the counter in EO7 and go to the master's listing counter, or I can give you the number to master's listing, and you can try and liaise with them.
Yeah, I'll take that again. Come down and what? Where did you say? You said something. It broke up.
EL7. EL7.
Echo Lima 7 is that?
No, Echo October 7.
I've got you. Is that a deck or something?
No, that's a room number.
Room. Oh, I've got you. Okay, yes.
Yeah. Or you can call master's listing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can give you the number. It's 0207.
I was going to say, I was going to confirm that.
0207.
0207, yes.
947.
947.
And then you can put 6067.
6067.
Yeah.
Or you can try 6069.
6069.
Okay, then yes, it's just I don't want to turn up on the day and then you'd be busy. You know, you must have like duty judges or something provisions for cases, claims that are brought to the court. So if there is no initial case, court reference, claim, controversy at hand, but man requires effectively the King's conscience within the jurisprudence of the High Court. That's what I'm asking. Do you understand that? If I've just gone to my notes from my counterpart, who is my basically advisor at law, and these are the notes that I've made there. So yes, it's to do with that. So if I explain that on this number two, is this the judge? What?
No. This is so master's listing is the department that deals with masters.
Yeah.
Like immediately, like they're the ones who they're basically the master's clerks.
Yeah, what I've just explained to you there, I'll explain to them, and that should then hit verbatim, word for word, and they'll understand cognitively what the requirement and wishes, and they should be able to follow it.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. That's well appreciated. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheerio. Bless you. Bye-bye.
We blessed him. He was a very calm, sweet, professional, sweet. I don't know about sweet, but, professional, delightful compared to some of the angry, short, obstropulous, militant attendees, agents, etc. that we encounter at these high courts and such places. That outlay, all right, 20 minutes of your time. You can get a pen and paper, pad, put that in with your notes, the numbers, the room, the telephone, and I pleaded a little bit dumb there at the end and said, "Is always that for the judges?" Thinking, let's see, master's appointments line. Well, what's that? Is that a machine? Is it to get through to the clerks for the masters? So we have in the forums on here and in the PDF of the Chancery Guide that you can get from here or from the .gov, issued the Chancery at Fetter Lane, not the Royal Courts, Masters hearing, listing, appointment, emails and so forth. So it stands to reason. You heard the introduction there and all of the various business avenues that the Royal Courts of Justice oversee and operate, many and various. So very deep and technical Queen's Bench and Queen's Bench divisions, Cester K and Cester KV. So here we go. I'm now working on notices to Pretty, Sajid, Grant, and somebody else, Julie. I'll let you finish off the rest of the names, and I'll be working on them. Just sorted out the printer. We got a premiere with Santos, Claudio, myself, Sun and Moon from 6 p.m. tonight, and then Kev and I shall dance the light. Fantastic, and take some interactive input from you. Reference unfair reforms and these claims that are being made, and we'll look at some data and numbers there as well. So once again, thank you, much love, and this video is to remain private. It's not to be shared. It doesn't have permission to be shared. It's just something I want to do with those in the guild, the sovereign initiates of self, or initiates of self, for the Masters Guild. And on this Sunday, the 2nd of February 2020, we are moving fast. 14:10 as I read this, 1411. All right, then it's just changed. And we're on. So it's a shout to all the, mans in this private educational guild. Thank you again. This is the last year, all right. I promise you, one way or the other, we will get an answer. We will get disclosure, and we shall be moved. We shall be moved from the public to the private, or we shall remain as is, but our instrumentation and etc. legally shall be moved. The administrative remedy action shall be applied. So we will authorise that. We will require equitable relief, and to get out of this civil war that's perpetuated mostly through our previous past ignorance, and now through plausible deniability and secular, mandated ignorance. So if it wasn't, to do with souls and life and energy, and there wasn't so much blood being spilt now after the blood that's been previously spilt, lest we not forget, let's honour the fallen, all the fallen, let's save the lost, and let's do what is morally, ethically, and universally correct. And I will, take a lot for this at some point. And if they come for me, just remember that just because they've come for one doesn't mean to say that I'm a bad man, or that any of the claims that they may lay are correct. They will just be annoyed and they will be vexated. How dare you, come from within the system, use the system and try to reverse the system polarity, if you like, and it's not good. So I'm aware that the clock is ticking for I, and I'm going to get some lashings. My person is going to get lashings, and by proxy it will be mandated by assumption, presumption, default from Westminster and through the Crown State Law Code upon. And so it's going to be a little bit of a push like others that have been out there and involved in. I've said my prayers, and I've got as much protection from them, the universe, hermeticism, principles, power of intent, law of attraction, reap what you sow, as above, so below as above, tetragrammaton, tesseract, indigo, a go-go. I can't say and do anymore. Gematria, Jeremita. It's too much. It really is. At the end of the day, 113, 1111. There's a calling and a symbol, and a synchronicity, syncretism, and where we are. I pray that this is enough. All right, that's all I'm doing. I'm just hoping and praying that these are enough, and we're trying to manifest to some extent and control the mandated, liquidated situation that we have with these manuscripts and scribes and times and calendars. And I just give love and thanks for all. We are at the end in many ways with what Crow 777 has released with Brother Curtis, and what we've got from Jordan and Santos, and now with Mauro, Big Lino and Sarah Westall, and what we've got and ready and primed in the position that we are. It's a matter of time, yes, months. So thank you, and again, much love. Stay safe and sovereign and self-initiates. See you soon, Button Moon.